Hello everyone, welcome again to another series of video from Electronics Eternity. This time around we'll be doing something different. It's not usually the electronics that we will deal with. We will be doing a bit of data passing. So the reason why I'm doing a video on data passing is because I find it highly ubiquitous. It's widely needed in a lot of areas where programming is involved. So since I have some personal experience on this, I would like to share with you on what I know about data passing in Excel. Right? So without further ado, let's jump into the content of our video. So as you can see, we have a string here, and the string contains information like ID, uh, incomprehensible characters like dollar sign, hashtag, and ampersand, and and slash, right? So, and we also have full name, we have handphone number, we have gender, we have email. So probably this is a data that is attained from a particular database or some data entry repository and etc. Right? So as you can see, the same is not in a particular order, and that makes extracting this information difficult, right? So this is, you can consider this a real life scenario where the data is not maintained properly, and now you need to extract information into an understandable format and then subsequently make use of it. All right. So now let's try to get each of these attributes separately, and I will show you how. Right. So for example, on the first part, let's take in phone number for instance. So we could see handphone number in this case starts over here. And then on the next line, it starts over here. On the next line, it's at the right hand side. And this one is in the middle. This one is slightly to the left, right? So as you can see, it's across all of the place. And taking it out, just imagine if we have hundreds of these lines, and therefore doing this manually is not the way to go, because you'll be spending a lot of time extracting this manually. So the best way to do it is to use a formula and then get the report, get the data, right? So, so now let me show you what's the very first formula that I use to identify handphone number. So one important thing to remember is that we need to, if we want to extract an information across a set of uh, array of data which is not standardized, is to find a pattern, right? So the pattern to identify handphone number over here is basically it starts with handphone number and then it ends with a pipe. So the same thing over here, it starts with handphone number and it ends with a pipe. So it's the same in the remaining three lines. So the idea that I'm trying to say is you need to find the pattern, and based on that pattern, you need to create a formula which helps you to extract the the part of the information that you want, right? So in this case, we could clearly see that everything starts with handphone number. In your case, where you have a dump of data, it might not be the same. It could be a pipe, it could be a semicolon, it could be a whatever, it could be a space. So uh, the idea is once you identify the pattern, and based on that pattern, you can come up with your formula and then extract the part of data to give a meaningful output. So since my data is like this, so I'm going to use to find handphone number first. So basically what I use to find handphone number is I'm going to use a simple search. So the search basically says find text. This is the text is handphone number within A2, right? So that's the uh, formula that I'm going to use. And basically what it says is, it says 39. Over here, the character number 39 is at this point, right? So H is basically the 39th character, right? Over here, this is the first character. Over here, this is the 90th. And over here, it's the 68. right? So I'm going to first find that because that tells me where my handful number starts, right? So what I'm going to do next is, if you can see the pattern which I talked to before, the pattern starts with handphone number and then it ends with the pipe. So I'm going to find the pipe symbol after the word handphone number, right? Because I have a pipe over here, a pipe over here, a pipe over here. I need to find the pipe that comes after handphone number because that basically tells us that in between handphone number and the pipe, I have my phone number, right? So how do I construct that formula? So it's the same search again. So I'm going to look for a pipe and then I'm going to find within A2. But there's one slight difference over here. I'm going to define the start number. So basically, I'm going to tell the formula to start looking for pipe only after the handphone number is being found. So which is why I have this. This formula is exactly similar to this particular formula, right? Where we first found our handphone number. And so same here. I'm going to use that as a start number. This will basically tell start after 39 or start after 1, 90, and etc. So after that, the first pipe that is being found will be the start number, right? So, and that would give us 59, 19, etc. Right? As you can see, there's always an 18 character difference between these two. So sometimes it might not be the same, it's different, but then in this case, the handphone number across all the lines has this format, which is HP space number space double dot and then space the handphone number. So because of that format and all the handphone number are in 9 characters, then it creates 18 characters. So which is why, as you can see, in between these two columns, the differences are always 18 in number, right? So 108 minus 90 is 18. Now we have found out that where the handphone number start and where the pipe that comes after handphone number starts. Now what we can do with that is we can tell the formula to bring me the value in between these two number, right? So what we can do is we can use the formula called mid. Mid basically brings any character in the middle. So we have left, which brings the number of a certain number of characters from the left, and we have the formula called right. Middle is something that brings the middle part of a string. That's all, right? So we have text A2, and then we have the start number. The start number is a formula that we found here, right? This is the start number, and then I'm going to tell how many characters I need. Now, how do I know how many characters I need? So like I explained earlier, I just need to tell how many characters. I just need to take this one and minus this one. That would tell me how many characters I need, right? Because this number over here, which is the search for handphone number, is basically is the 39th character. And this formula right here gives me the pipe after the handphone number, which is the 57th character, right? So I just have to tell the 57 minus 39. It would tell me I need 18 characters, which is the characters that contain all the phone numbers, right? So once I have that start number and then I go to search. So as you can see in the search, this is the search that looks for the pipe. We just subtract that with the search that looks for the handphone number, and that's it. We have the handphone number. Okay, so that's how the formula works. I will share all these formulas in my blog, so don't worry about it. Now let's see if we could find something else as well. My bad. So I just need to let me show you something. We have discussed on the handphone number, so let me hide that. Let me show you if this works uh for name. All right, so it's the same concept. I just want to prove it to you that it works. As you can see, we use the search for name over here, and then we use the search for pipe over here, and then the name is we use the same formula. So we use This is the text, this is the start number, and this is the characters that we're trying to subtract. So it's basically F2 minus E2. So I'm just representing it in a simpler way so that you could understand it better. Either way, it is exactly the same. So I just want to prove to you that this actually works, right? So with that, we have come to the end of the video. I hope that you find this video useful. So since this is the first part of the video, it will be simple. And in the next video, I will cover something a bit more complex. So I hope you learned something new today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.